Now, this behind the scene is the whole thing. I don't know whether Kenneth has talked about this. So from my perspective, this is really the original ChangeMakers Virtual Summit stage. It's like they are just doing their own thing, speak to us, speak to each other, and that is our own little stage. And then I have got this crazy idea because I have run a bigger one before. So I said, well, Kenneth, are you open? Let's give them some crazy thing, which is our graduation assignment for them. And that's how we have got this ChangeMakers Virtual Summit in front of all of you. So for the purpose of this, we want to invite them to share their thoughts, the feelings, the experience in this summit. If you are speakers, you notice every time after your session, you have got a post-interview with me, but these Sheroes don't get the post-interview. They are going to do it now as a collective unit, okay? So the very first question to Shero is, what does this word Shero? All of you have heard this word Shero for the 3 days. What does actually this word Sheroes mean to you? Okay, so for the purpose of identifying the sequence, let's start with Gina. Let's start with the sequence of the day 1, day 2, day 3. So start with Gina. What does Shero mean to you?
Wow, exciting. Okay, Sheroes, right, mean to me is, if you take out the S, it actually comes from the word heroes, right? So I feel that we women, right, can also be our own Sheroes in our own unique way. As you said, you know, all women, all ladies, we are just so much of giving, so that, you know, I will describe as a metaphor. I love when Casey said love and light, because in my champs, we also sign off as love and light. So my metaphor will be, you know, we are all light, okay? Like in a room of darkness, when the first person light up the light, right, the candle, if I pass on to another person, one by one, guess what happened? The whole room will be lighted up. So if you ask me, Sheroes, you know, we are really here to be a light so that we can light up one by one, just like my mission, add value into other people's life. Yeah, so this is how I look at Sheroes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you love this definition, comment on chat, type 1 if you love this. If you don't like this, still type 1. We support her all the way, okay? So this is called a double bind. No matter what, it's just 111 all the way,
wow,
okay?
a lot of ones.
So the next one up is Corina. You're welcome, Gina. Next one up, Corina. What does Shero mean to you?
Gina, I won't use candle. I will use our phone, the light. Now change tech already. Okay, you know, yeah, so we're the most energized one. All right, so for me, being Sheroes is like a hero, you know, because of what you have gone through in life, and you can use the story to help somebody out of the situation, you know, so just bringing them out and telling them that, hey, there is a way, and don't keep on being in that position, get out of it. And being a Sheroes, all right, it's like, you know, because when we join, we imagine that we're on stage, right? So when on stage, we're supposed to be speaking, and, you know, on stage, you are at the higher ground, and you're supposed to stretch out your hands and pull them out, because they are the audience, right? They're listening to you, and they are hoping that you have the answers for them, right? So hoping that through this, you know, our stories, you know, we are there, and not that we are elevated, but because we have gone through ahead, we want to pull you out of your situation and move you ahead. So that's Sheroes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Torina.
Thank you. So if you love this explanation, type 2 on the chat. If you don't love this or whatever, type 2 also. So I see a lot of C's of 2. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that fun? Is that the way we run this event fun? Okay, good. Type 2 in the chat. Okay, so the next up, you know who you are? Okay, Elsa.
Hey.
What does Shero mean to you?
Yeah, Sheroes is a big word to me. It's a very powerful word, because I believe every one of us, every woman or every ladies are a powerhouse, okay? Individual are Sheroes. My son is sitting next to me, but I don't mind. he's hearing what I'm saying. So I believe we have power in each of us that we do not have the chance to unleash, you know, because maybe we have something that is inner voice in us that's telling us that no, you cannot do this. You know, it limit our power, ourselves. So when I come across these sheroes, it means a lot to me. I never think of I am a shero, never. So it's like we have our own value. So appreciate your own values, sheroes here, and unleash your potential. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Unleash your potential. Okay, so our valued audience. Okay, thank you, Karina. Automatically 3. If you like this explanation, type 3. If you don't resonate, we still type 3. I don't care. Okay, 3, 3, 3.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, good. So next up, number 4, Tricia. What does shero mean to you? Yeah.
What does shero means to me is sheroes means stepping up, take courage to make a difference. So as all of us are working and doing the same thing all over and again, so someone has to come up and lead and make a difference. That's what shero does. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Tricia.
This is the 4th time you know what I'm about to say. Thank you. Automatic. Isn't it good? So you guys are trained 4, 4, 4 all the way. Of course, our shero for today, Ange. What does shero mean to you?
Okay, for me, obviously, shero is taken from hero. And hero, we kind of associate with more the male association with the he. And you just put the S in front, it becomes she. So she is a hero, kind of shero in that sense. And I think it's giving women the permission and the power, the empowerment to step forward into their own strength, their own grace, their own power, and influence people within their own circle of influence. So as I mentioned before, we all have our own audience, and people will resonate naturally with you for who you are. And so we all of us, men and women, we all have this power to step up and share what we have so that everyone can, the people that will resonate with us will benefit from, and then they can share and share and share. So it's a sharing thing, I think, for me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ange.
Thank you. So 5, 5, 5, 5. You guys are good.
I like the part LV. Yeah.
Ivy, thank you. Ivy is very, very good. Always love your leadership here. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 all the way. Thank you. And Joyce also, I want to acknowledge you. They're very supportive. Okay, good. So here comes the next question. Okay, the next question is this. We need to wind back our clock 6 months ago. When we talk about sheroes, it's a sheroes, you guys identify that it is female version of hero, but your teachers, your 2 teachers are guys. So my question is, on behalf of Kenneth Chu and myself, Jack, of all speakers training that are available in the market, why do you pick 2 guys? Why do you believe us in doing a program which we have not done together before? I have done it before. We have not done together before. StageClosersSHEROes, even the name of the program is pretty hard to pronounce originally. So why do you decide to come to us? Starting with Gina first.
Okay, for me, right, I think first thing is there's a trust between me and Kenneth. I think during my day 1, wait, that is the very first step. Okay, so because I think most of you are here during day 1. I shared that I knew Kenneth 5 years ago, actually through his cousin, and Kenneth's daughter enrolled into my Champs program. So that's how we connected. And then after that, he found out that I'm a single mom. He's very inspired by my story, and he invited me to be in his book. So we already have a strong sense of a connection and the trust. And all these years, I truly believe in his vision, to empower mompreneur. Because for having what I've gone through, right, mompreneur is really very, very important. It's a must. I think we as women, we need to be independent. Okay. So after that, so Kenneth shared with me about sheroes. So I went to meet up with Jack. I tell you, the very first time I met up with Jack, right? Okay, I don't feel that he's very warm, but guess what? Now I love him because he is so different now. He really showed his cute side of him. Really, you may not feel how I experience it, but I'm sure the Sheroes, right? Agree? Sheroes? Yes, agree with me that he's really so awesome and he really pushed us to do what we need to do. That is what I like about him. Yes. So, okay, Jack?
Yes, satisfied. Satisfied. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice comeback, Gina. Nice comeback.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
right.
type one. If you love this part of the answer, yep. I have to raise my nurturing. I need to raise the tender loving part to work with the Sheroes. It's not easy for me. As most of you know, if you know me well, I am a very cold blood, not really warm person. But anyway, thank you. Thank you, Gina, for the comment. Number two, Corina. Why Sheroes? Why can't it why me?
Too good looking guys, lor.
This one's very obvious, not real, lor.
Tell the truth.
You were kidnapped in a room. No, actually, it's more like because I met Kenneth because I know him from another place, and we happened to meet up at the book camp. That's why I signed up for the Black Card books as well, and it was great to reconnect. And and Kenneth was just asking me what I'm doing, what my plans are, that kind of stuff. So I wasn't really looking for anything. I was just thinking in my mind like, okay, after my book is published, then what now? How do I connect with people, to do my speaking engagement and, that kind of stuff. And out of the blue, Kenneth invited me. And I was like, what? It's like there's so many people, women around the world, and he called me. It's like I already met him only in January, and then he called me for this meeting. I was like, wow, I was really elated and was really touched that, hey, maybe the universe, God really asked me that, hey, there is a direction for you when your book is published, or even before your book's published, I'm already speaking, and I'm so blessed and really, really, so I think it was their sincerity when they did the sharing about, or they give us that vision of what is possible for us when we step on this, and to see far of how we can do things. And I think partly is because I think it was very, very different from maybe other ways of people. I've never attended other speaking engagement, but I think from the lessons that we have gone through, that there's so many ways and tricks or whatever that Jack has up his sleeves with all his wellspring of experience to really share with us and really broaden us up. And of course, being in the program already is, of course, it's like he's the disciplinating, that kind of, that very skeptical one. Then it's a time to embarrassing story, yeah? Okay. And then Kenneth's the one who's sayang, the kind.
I'm the mother in this.
Mother. Yeah. So so I think that will be answered later. So so this is to fix here. Thank you.
Thanks, Corina.
There's always a couple. There's always a bad guy. There's a good guy, right? So here, Kenneth is always the good guy. I'm the bad guy. Okay, thank you. From the chat, you see the choose there. Okay, number 3, Elsa.
So for me.
By the way, let me just get this clear. Elsa and I have so far met online. We have not.
Don't steal my.
Okay, so I can preempt that. Okay, sorry. Okay, let you say.
Man,
see, I can preempt that.
Let women talk.
Okay,
mute him, quick.
Okay, I thought about Kenneth first. Okay, remember I shared with you guys that I set up Boss Mom Asia with 2 of my lady friends. And in 2018, we launched our Boss Mom Asia. And this man walked into our events, without our invitation. He's Kenneth, okay? So I'm also very curious at that time, why a man, doing mom thing, right? Slowly I get to know Kenneth, and we met, I think one time for coffee.
I think
and then
2
I
times.
attended
One
your
at your,
workshop.
yeah.
At
Then-
Bukit Panjang. So yes. So that's how I get to know Kenneth. So we still keep in touch after that. And for Jack, unlike the other 4 sheroes, I have not met Jack in person, okay? All right.
Yet.
So I think you will look very different, when I see you in person. Maybe you also, because I don't know.
Ivy is shaking her head, saying, no, it will be the same. Sorry.
So basically, why I joined Sheroes is because I wanted to overcome my fears. Because when I learned about this Sheroes program, the first thing comes into my mind was, the fear that I built up over the years since primary school. There was an incident whereby, there's a school competition. I came from Malaysia, okay? So there's a school competition, the speech competition. I want to take part. I know I'm not good in speaking in front of the classroom, but I still wanted to try it. So I try. I stand in front of my classmates, but I cry. I was so nervous, but I cried, so I didn't make it. So this story actually, I bring this story along with me, for so many years. So when I come across this Stage Closer program, I say, why not I give myself a challenge in 2020? I really want to overcome this fear. Yeah. So I'm glad I make my first speaking gig in this Women Summit. I really appreciate everybody's support in the chat, the courage and all that. So also one reason, very important reason, is because Jack comes from the same background as me. So in fact, before I joined, I actually checked on, I know Kenneth, right? So I checked on Jack's background. Yeah, so that is also give affirmation to me that, okay, I have somebody that can speak my language, we can relate, if I talk about something that is accounting, business owners, business journey, Jack can relate to me. That's also the reason why I joined this program. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you. Okay, all the 3 comes automatically. Okay, speaking about that, there's another accountant, FCCA here in the house, Tricia.
Yeah.
Are you going to say that thing that Kenneth always said? I don't know. Or do you want Kenneth to say the background thing first?
Yeah. Do you want to share the context or I share the context?
Yeah, because
secret here, I don't know.
No, the context is Kenneth will always, when you talk about Tricia, there's always a contest that.
Okay, you two decide. I'm just getting very curious now.
Okay, if Tricia doesn't share the part, then Kenneth come in and talk about the contest. Okay, good. Tricia, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think I am somebody really out of the group, and what Kenneth. I mean, I actually did not know why did I click on Stage Closure in the Facebook ad. Okay, but the thing is, this man, right, Kenneth, right, he keep on contacting me, and it was getting more and more irritating when the day comes by. Oh my God!
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so on that day itself, this man, he's following up so closely. Then he came and he asked me, where are you? He even came over helping me to carry my bag. Oh my God, what this agenda? But why this man has what agenda? Why did he do so? So I said, oh my, yeah, it must be some scammers. It was so funny. Then he keep asking me for feedback, and then so I went for the preview. And of course, like what I mentioned, I didn't know him. I'm not a mother, and I was an accountant. Yeah, so I went, I came, and then I saw Jack's presentation. And later I recollect back why did I click that. So what impresses me is stage closure. I know whenever we have a lot of opportunity to speak, so the most important thing is about closing. So I'm lacking of that, and I want to build that in myself. So I saw how he presented, and I felt that okay, there is something that I'm looking for, but there's something at the end of the session. So what Jay actually told me, actually we are quite selective on the people that to attend for this. And you do not want to select somebody that who has something so new. So like all of you have heard my presentation, say food therapy. Before this, any one of you, besides the Sheroes or beside Pei Yun, knows about what is food therapy. So this is so new, right? So Jack said, okay, it may we will look into whether we want the people who are actually doing something so new. So I went back to think about it. Yeah, I may not be selected also. Okay, it's okay. So but then finally I actually stepped into Sheroes, and then that was I do actually feel that this is something that I'm looking at to grow myself to become somebody which is different before I actually step into this journey. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Tricia.
And then what else I haven't said?
Kenneth, you have any things to add about the contest?
Wow. Okay, just a bit. I just for your info for everyone that is tuning now, right? In fact, whatever they share, right, a lot of they don't share it during our training, during our mastermind. So in fact, some of it, right, I'm hearing it for the first time. Like Tricia said, about the scammer thing. I was like, okay, because she gave me the vibe that I'm cheating her because we tried to connect back the dots, we couldn't find mutual friend. We couldn't find like where did she connect? Where did she click the link and want to come for the preview? Nothing at all. Then I was telling Jack, hey, how like this lady we do not know leh. Then after that she shared about the food therapy. Wow, we were scratching our head. Wow, so new, very hard leh. Like we have to build everything from scratch. Then we say even she won, right? We were also not confident to take on and this task. Then it surprised us when she said, okay. I was like, huh? So everything was like with Tricia is a very unique case, a very miracle, and when she started on, we were worried, like me and John were worried. Seifu, how? But eventually she surprises us. So I shall not go on further. But it's like God sent. It's like suddenly she popped up from nowhere with her luggage. I was like, why is this lady holding a luggage? She's like a luggage, she's pulling luggage. Then for me, it's not possible for me not to help her, because the luggage look heavy. So I just help her. Then all the while, she's like, where is this guy bringing me? Because she couldn't find the place that we're supposed to meet. So I call her and follow up. So for me, typically, if you guys are in the like you will receive a lot of emails from me or sometimes even text message from me, it's because I just want to make sure things that you guys are covered. Yeah. So for her, that's what I did. I didn't now today I finally know that I'm a scammer.
sorry. So I think it's the other way around. So you may think that I was actually a scammer to come and hijack the meeting and find out what you are doing.
Yeah, I think this is how we can do it in our debrief to really find out the truth, the mystery. Yeah. Thank you, Tricia.
Thank you, Tricia. Thank you. Yep. So honestly, I wasn't confident. I was telling kind of Seifu. How do you spell Seifu in the first place? Then I have freaking no idea what's going on. Yeah. So Tricia's case is very miraculous and it's a very interesting case in my life, actually, for me. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about the.
You still got Ange.
No, I know. I'm about to say, come on, give me some time now. Because I was laughing. I couldn't. What? Okay. Cut short. Go to. Okay, everybody breathe and go to Ange. Ange, your turn.
Okay, so actually, I didn't realize that Elsa and Jack had never met.
Look, we met online. We have not met physically.
And I was the last Sheroes to join.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was the last one.
Because of the lockdown, yeah.
Okay, anyway, so I know both Jack and Kenneth from different areas and things. So Kenneth, I was part of his Mother Industrialist book. And he's also inspired me with, he's got a great vision. He's got a fantastic vision of where he wants to take this whole, his whole vision of mompreneurs. So he sat down and he explained all this to me, and I was like, oh, this is absolutely wonderful. This is crazy. And then COVID happened and it's kind of put that to a bit of a halt for now, but that will come eventually, and you'll love it. It's absolutely fantastic. And then with Jack I met at several different seminars. We were at the types of seminars, and we share the same coaches. And so when, I can't remember how I was invited to
By me.
SHEROes, Kenneth, right?
Yeah.
So you just said, come along. So I just went, well, okay, I'll come along because I trust anything that these two guys do. And when I found out that it was, when the offer was put and it was, you know, you're going to be, we'll teach you how to close from the stage. And I knew that that was my next leg of the journey because, as I said in my presentation with Joel Bauer, he was the one who gave me the confidence to stand up and what's the noise?
Someone's...
No, it's okay.
Anyway,
You can continue.
It's okay, don't worry, don't worry.
He gave me the confidence to stand up, and he was the one who said, you do have a voice, you have an audience, this is what you are supposed to do, and you're ready. That's what he told me. So having this opportunity now with SHEROes, it was just the next logical step, and I thank them both for providing that opportunity to me, and it's been an absolute blast so far.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ange.
Thank you, Ange. Okay. Well, high five.
Wow.
Joyce, high five. High five. Good. How many of you enjoyed this conversation? Like, this is the behind the scene, like how we met, how Elsa and I have not met physically, and then we got together, worked for 6 months. So this is the behind the scene thing. Okay, good. So next question for the SHERO is, okay, I originally wanted to ask for 3, but in the interest of time, I'm watching the time. So I just asked you to share one biggest roadblock you managed to overcome in this 6 months journey. Just one would do, starting from Gina.
My roadblock.
Guess one that you managed to overcome.
Overcome. Okay, you'll be very surprised. I'm not a social media person. Okay, because during the SHEROes training, they talk about Facebook, they talk about Telegram, they talk about IG. Guess what? I don't go onto all these social media. I set up my Facebook account in 2012, but after that, I set up because I participated in Chingay, and my church used that to, you know, give out information. So I sign up, and then LinkedIn I also sign up, but I also never use. So I think my biggest roadblock is I'm so like a child, you know, during the SHEROes training. I'm like, oh dear, what are you talking about? How do I add my video onto Facebook? Can you imagine, you know, because I'm a people person. I love to meet people, and I love to talk to people on the phone, not digitally. So my biggest learning point, right, in this SHERO is upgrade myself digitally. And I must thank Kenneth for helping me, you know, to set up Facebook page and things like this. Yep. So I'm still learning.
It's okay. It's
Thank
always
you,
lifelong learning lesson. I'm learning every single day.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay,
you.
so Corina, for you, what is the biggest roadblock that you overcame in these 6 months?
I think the biggest roadblock was, I think, confidence. Partly was because everybody on the SHEROes having their own program, but I don't have my own program. You know, so I was like, I don't think I fit in, or I don't think I can be better than them because they're already ahead of me. It's like, where am I? You know, because my clients are much shorter than me, very small, you know, the little humans, okay, yeah, that I have to look down all the time. Yeah, so those are my clients. Then it's like, what can I do? You know, it's like, so there were so many hurdles to overcome, like, you know, when there are certain things that have to be done. Yeah, so it was tough. Yeah, so so I have to really overcome that, and I think it was Kenneth who had to flip for me to say that you already have something. You know, you just have it. You know, you just don't compare yourself with them just because they are doing something and you're not, but you have something else. Yeah, so it was having to overcome that and to be confident to just go for it. Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Thanks,
If I'm saying no program, nothing to offer, to like, I don't know what to offer, to yesterday, how many of you have seen Corinne? I mean, day one, you have seen Corinna's presentation. Isn't a very nice finished product. So I'll believe in you. Thank you. Elsa, what is the biggest roadblock you overcame in working with in the SHEROes?
as all the sheroes know, why you're laughing? Okay. I am a camera shy person. So sorry.
Can predict.
When I look at the camera, I'll become speechless. I do not know what I want to say. So beside this, okay, basically I have stepped out of this comfort zone. I managed to post, I think only 2 or 3 videos in Facebook, but it's really a big leap for me already. And also start to have appearance in TikTok. But I will continue with that because yeah, I stopped for a while. But I think the biggest roadblock for me before I joined this Sheroes program was I undervalue my service. I really undervalue my service. I did not see how much my service worth. So Kenneth and Jack helped me to see the value in myself. So I managed to find my avatar. I really found my avatar, and I rejected some of my potential clients. In the past, I never, when they ask for price reduction, I because to secure them, right, I give discount. Okay, then after I accept them, I don't feel happy because it's like, oh my God, I bill for such a small fee, then I spend so much time, but put this aside, of course, I always over deliver. So, but then now I have clearer picture of to scope up my value services to my client. So I think this is the biggest roadblock that I have overcome for the past 6 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Elsa.
She was so happy to tell Kenneth and me, you know what, today I have rejected my client. You're so happily telling us rejected, like in the past, she just like criminal exchange, give, don't discount. I don't want to work with him. Can you tell me how to reject him right away? How many of you have learned the theme for today? You have the choice, you have the right to reject any clients you don't want. Thank you, Elsa. Thank you for confirming that. Leaving to the next person, Tricia, what is the biggest roadblock you managed to overcome?
When I stepped on board to become a Shero, I did a lot. Starting from what I did, I used to do a classroom, and of course I wanted to plan to do a virtual class. And yeah, with support from Kenneth, I actually able to do it. And also with the program, like with the Shero program that I have attended, it given me more confidence to speak and even close. So that was the things that I was actually looking out, because like what I mentioned, we can have many opportunities to actually speak, especially like what you see, safer therapy is new, and there are a lot of people using this as a marketing gig because they want to attract people, they want to make people curious, so that it's an advertisement for them. But so what is it in it for me if I'm not able to even close? So that is important, and therefore what I have learned here is something that I can bring up with me, so that I can do as many close as possible. Yeah. So that is what I have.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tricia.
Thank you.
If you don't close, you lose, because the C is in front. If you don't close, you lose. I'll say it one more time. If you don't close, you lose.
But especially something to add, like Tricia, if you guys have attended her session, you know how powerful Seifu is. So that's why we believe in that. That's why she also believes in that. And if she can close more people, that means she can help more people, empower more people with this simple skill. Yeah. So this is what we see that. Yeah.
And it's your responsibility to close. Okay, Ange, your turn. For you, what's the roadblock you managed to overcome?
My roadblock was stories, being able to tell stories, and maybe opening up and showing myself more was something that I struggled with. So this has helped me a lot with that, and just understanding the way people will receive you if you show more of yourself.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Short and
Ange.
sweet. Okay. So the last question before I hand back to Kenneth, or else you'll be bored. It's a question that Kenneth and I decided. So this is what happened in the SHEROES program. So every month we meet. And then 2 months ago, Kenneth and I said, let's give them this gift. And they don't know what's going on. We just say, give them a gift. So of course, both of us discuss how to deliver the gift. So this ends up in this question. How did all of you feel when Kenneth and I reveal that everyone has to complete this final assignment, which means that you have to become a speaker in a virtual summit? How did you feel? How was your reaction when we reveal this final assignments detail? Starting from Gina.
I give you this action, huh?
She screamed.
Yeah, I screamed right on the day. So I was like, really? Okay, what made me scream is because I think I also shared on the first day, right? In July, I didn't know this summit is coming. Of course, all the SHEROES, we did not know. We don't even know that, nobody knows. And I screamed first thing is because in July, right, I prayed. How can I add more values to more people? Because now, because of technology, there are Zoom, we can go even out of Singapore. And then in September, we gotten this news from Kenneth and Jack. So inside my heart is like, wow, this is really my purpose, or my mission or my calling. So that is number one. After that, my heart started pumping. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to handle so many technology stuff, and and how am I going to like share screen, even like share screen and all, it's like, how do I do it? But guess what? What come into my mind? Make a guess. What shifted me? Mindset, right? Cool. So blessing is that I got this mindset, right? I tell myself, if they can do it, I can do it. So I'm going to do it. So although, there's a verse say, run to your fear, right? So to be very honest, even that day before I speak, right? Although I do speak, okay, but not virtually. Virtually is one-to-one. This is my first time speaking to so many people beside my church, webinar. They're still very panicky. I couldn't sleep well and I couldn't eat well. But on the day itself, I just tell myself, just run to my fear. It's not about me, but it's about the audience, right? Jack also taught us that. So immediately, right, I felt release. So after I opened my first sentence, I die already. Yeah. So so I really appreciate this experience. After you did it the first time, right? You're like, yes, I did it. Wow, I did it. Yeah. So
and
it's
for
really,
Gina, I have a bonus question for you. It's not planned. It's a bonus question for you. When we announced that of all 5 SHEROES, you are the first one.
That gave me extra stress because it's like, after lunch, I was like, wow, after lunch, people get a bit sleepy already, how to lift up that energy. So yeah, I was like, of course, the monkey question will come, right? Why me? Huh? Why me? First one, why me? But it's okay, I have this positive mindset, right? I just shift. I say, okay, go for it. I will do it.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina.
How many of you need to hear this? Thank you. Karina. How did you feel when we announced your final homework or assignment?
I think I was like, okay, it is like expecting, but don't know when. It's like there must be something that we have to do, right? But it's like 2 months to prepare. It's like, hey, we're not professional, it's and of course, like, then what topic? Oh my, then he said it's a woman's thing, you must wear. Then I can't share anything about children. Oh my, so wow. So I was like, oh my gosh, so then I was very calm. Okay, breathe, and maybe there was a message that maybe God wants to give you guys, ladies especially, because that very night itself, I think I shared with them, I was actually being in a dream of being downloaded the message that I delivered to you guys. Yeah, so I was like, and I just had to refine it, I was like, wow, power, and then all this thing, you know, and I just felt that it was something that God wants me to tell you guys, or rather tell you ladies, diamonds, you know, that He loves you, you know, that's why He remembers, and I'm the messenger for you guys to take action, to do something about it. Yeah, so that was how I felt when you told me, you know, so I just felt that it is time.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
How
Thank you,
about Elsa? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
So when both of you first announced, right, my face turned pale, I think.
Yeah.
Really, I was, yeah, and then my hands start shaking off.
Then
So
she cannot talk for a while.
Yeah, I just turned blank. Inside my heart, you know, my inner voice said, "Oh my God, no way, too soon, and I'm not ready." You know, it's only like 3 months.
2 months.
5,
2
6,
months.
7, about
2 months.
yeah, about 2 months.
2 months.
So my fears start building up after your announcement, and I have some sleepless night. You know how serious it is, right? It's my fear. Okay, and then after that, the voice of rejection start coming up. Say, you know, I start regretting why I signed up this SHEROES program, and you know, I'm so afraid, you know, to have this. But on the other side of me, I was so happy. You know, oh, finally I can have this chance to apply what I've learned in this SHEROES program. So, and when the dates get nearer, sometimes it's not my emotion is like roller coaster. Sometimes I feel good, sometimes I'm down, you know, sometimes I'm afraid, you know, it's like roller coaster. So, but I think with the support of other SHEROES, thank you very much. They actually encouraged me a lot. And also thank you, Jack and Kenneth, for your patience. You know, every time when we have our program, I think I have the most question to ask, and you always troubleshoot my issue. So, and thank you for all the SHEROES patience. You know, always you know, listen to what I have to say in the, you know, in the session. So but yes, I managed to pull through. So I hope with my sharing, all of the ladies in the room here actually have really take away one key values for my sharing. I really hope so. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elsa.
Okay, now let's go to Tricia.
So for me, right, when I first received the assignment, so being one of them that who usually emotionless, don't have any reaction. So what am I supposed to do? So what is it? So I'm still maybe just do the normal thing. I have been like doing from one. I mean, I felt that it is an opportunity. At the same time, I was also clueless. What am I supposed to do? I felt the stress when I heard, oh, we are going to be on stage with international speakers. So, am I there yet? I felt worried that I will not be there. I'm not there yet. So, that was a lot of inner voice in me saying that I'm not there. So, I'm not qualified to be there. Yeah, I went through a lot of I went through a lot of stress to settle what am I supposed to do, and even the topic I only chosen recently, and it's not right from beginning why I want to speak. Yeah, so I went through a lot of stress, and also I settled our SHEROES, and then helped me, Corina actually helped me to settle a lot of technical issue, even Kenneth and Jack. So all of their motivations to make me to be there. Yeah, so that was we already had a lot of things settled before I can put myself there to speak. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You did
Tricia.
a fantastic job.
Yeah,
Good job.
Good job.
All right. So, Ange, how about you? How do you feel?
So when we first started on this journey, this was just before lockdown, right? So the expectation was that we were going to be trained to close from the stage. So the idea was it was going to be a physical event. Then lockdown happened. So it was a case of pivoting what this program was to online. So this is where, and I've just realized that Elsa, actually, I haven't actually met you physically, right?
Nope.
I haven't, right? And it's only just occurred to me today. It was so
No,
used
we
to
met.
we
We met at the Kenneth workshop, and we also took photo together.
Yeah, I don't think she.
You probably forgot. Yeah, we did.
Quite some time already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different life. So when so when you announced that you would be doing this, I guess it was kind of expected in a way. But so at the time you announced it, I wasn't really that worried because it was like, okay, well, this is what I signed up for, right? But then as it got closer, it was a bit like what Elsa said, what have I done? What? And then I changed my presentation so many times. And I second guessed myself. And then like you asked Gina what she felt like going first. Well, when I felt like going last. So yeah, and then when I saw what they did, and they did such a fantastic job, I actually messaged, oh, I don't want to go on now. And I think that the greatest resistance was the fear of letting you two guys down, because you put on this event, and obviously we want it to be good. We want it to be good for all the participants here. So there was a real fear. Yeah, am I ready? Am I going to let everyone down? That was how I felt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ange.
There's a saying in coaching world, you do more for other people than yourself. How many of you have heard of that? So when they say they don't want to let us down, say,
yeah.
Okay. The first person you do not want to let you down is yourself.
Yep.
That is the key. Okay. Anyway. All right. So now, Kenneth, I pass it to you because it's your time. I need to drink water. It's time for you to take over.
Okay. So for me, before I start asking Casey question, I would want to thank all the SHEROes for believing in two men to bring you on this StageClosersSHEROes. This journey, this 6 months is not easy. I know it's not easy. I know a lot of you, because as a mother in this SHERO, right, basically a lot of you have a one-to-one talk before. So like your worries and all that stuff, I know that. I know the emotional ride that you guys are going through. As much as we want, we believe in all of you. And today, these 3 days basically is the testimonial. Yeah, it's a testimonial for all of you. You guys did fantastic. Nothing to say much. You over-delivered then, because these 3 days, me and Jack, we have our worry, like parents worry. Oh, is our children going to do good, going to perform good, like examination, all that stuff. So after that, wow, the result not bad. Okay. So that is how we feel as proud parents of SHEROes. So yeah, so give a clap to all of them. You use whatever reaction that you have to give them. So because for 5 of them, 5 women, 5 ladies from all walks of life, you can see from their sharing, coming from all walks of life. Like Tricia, she said, I don't feel anything. Yeah, kind of stuff. To Gina, who's so passionate, so hyper, and like Corina. So you can see all walks of life coming together, and also the community, which is what Jack and I, we never expected. Yeah, we kind of like, okay, it will be good, but we never expected that the sisterhood in SHEROes just bonded. So thanks to all the SHEROes. So now I'm going to ask Casey, because frankly speaking, this is my first time also seeing Casey virtually. I've not met her, but I heard a lot of her names from Jack. Oh, this is my mentee. Say, who is this lady? Very unique lah. Jack keep putting on his mouth, and every time when we converse, like between me and him, he will always bring his mentee up. I was like curious, like, who is this lady? I haven't not met her. I don't even know her. Only until the day, because I would want to thank Casey for taking up this role of event host. For those who have been like sign up for from the first day, you will realize that the event host is not her. It was another one of our I would say our lady, our superhero, SHERO. She's Martin. So because of Martin's health, and as SHEROes, as a motherly figure, I want her to nurse her health back. Yeah, because she was having a lot of allergies and health issues. So I'm very worried for her. So last minute, I was like, hey, Jack, how? They say, okay, why not we let's check with my mentee lah, because he always talk about mentee. So and that day when we decided, that was only like what 2 weeks?
One
week. Okay, 1 week.
6 days actually.
Yeah, 6 days before the event, I was like, oh, okay, what is going to happen? So, but I would say that Casey did a fantastic job, right, guys? The ladies, yeah, she did a good job. Just type 1 in the chat to give her more encouragement. For me personally, I've worked with a few hosts before. I can say that Casey just knew it. She just rocked it. Okay, all I can say that. I start to love her through these 3 days. From no love to now. In fact, in our group chat, I did send her love, and Jack was like, ah. So okay, so that is me. But Casey, having said all that, right, I just want to ask you 2 questions, which is like, you are the event host of this ChangeMaker Virtual Summit, and before this, you're also a host trainer in numbers of online event and virtual summit. In your own opinion, what is the one key difference between being a host, event host, and a trainer? Yeah. So I guess it'll be good for me to ask you, right? Because this is something I'm also curious.
Well, I think most likely it's like a trainer. It's very different in the sense that I only need to focus my deliverables. Means I must connect with my participants, with my students. That is most important for me as a trainer. I must deliver to them plus actions and results. It's not all theory. So I'll craft a lot of time spend my the way to teach the activities, what they must do in the class itself to create the results. And then I want them to feel it, that the difference that they get from me as a trainer. So it's all about me and who I'm teaching and my students and the people who trust me. So that is as a trainer. As a host, well, first thing first, 6 days all. So, well, as a host, I think it's much different because it's not just me and my students already. Now it's a bigger stage because as you can see, we have speakers from all over the world, and for information, I don't know them at all. I never speak to them at all. If it's physical event, it's a bit easier because I still can sneak behind the stage like, hey, I'm Casey, can you tell me a bit about yourself? But this one, like, totally no chance, no, like, really no choice at all. I don't know much. I only have that little time to, if you girls don't know, I'm going to show you a little bit of what's happening behind. These are all my notes that I have to create for this 3 days. Yeah. So
it should be less than 6 days. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's very, and then plus I had to do the marketing as well. So I also did a video. So I think hosting is much different in context. I would say in G's is this: when I'm a trainer, I open up the door of possibilities for my students. So that's it. I touch that 50 people in the room, that 100 people in the room. That's it. When I'm a host, I open the doors for the speakers. In this event, there's 11 of them, 5 amazing sheroes, and I hope Martin to join the next one. I open up the doors for the speakers. That's 11 of them. But these 11 speakers open up the door for a few more hundred of people, like Hannah's followers. Like, I think the impact, the rolling impact that I didn't see, is much bigger than being one trainer itself. So I think if you really want to ask me, being a host or trainer, I think being a host has bigger impact from my end, because a lot of people think like MC or host is a small thing or a small gig, but it's not true. If you see from a different aspect or perspective, right? The fact that I can control the stage and then ask you to keep quiet or ask you to do something or, you know, join this, join that, it actually is quite fun because you thought that being a host, you have to listen to organizer, you cannot host the whole stage, right? Actually, it's very wrong. You thought only the speaker or trainer can host the stage. It's not true, okay? So I think, honestly, hosting does bring me to another level, especially international level. Yep. So I think, yeah, that's the main difference between a host and trainer.
Good. Wow, that's fantastic. So, and one thing to say, right? Because before getting Casey on board, right, there was a first option, which is me coming up to be the event host. Yeah, so me and Jack was like, cannot lah. But worst case, that was a worst case scenario if we cannot find a replacement. But I would say really got sent in like less than 6 days. Casey said okay, and her schedule was clear. She made time for it, and wow, I was like, lucky I'm not the one doing the event host, and Casey is the one doing host. Yeah, because she did a fantastic job, like all of you have shared with us, like with all the ones. And moving on to the second question is, like I mentioned, like I do not know you at all. Like Jack keeps saying that you are mentee, like who is this mentee and all that. So I want to ask you, like, how do you end up being Jack's mentee? What happened and what is so special about Jack? Like you look at him, he's not the nurturing type, and based on our experience working with him, what is so special about him with your experience working with him?
With him, wow, why? Yeah, I mean, at some point, right, I didn't even realize how far along that I've been his mentee. So the story is I've joined a video course in May, and then I volunteered to go back and provide to the community. So, Jack, he a bit weird leh. When I was crewing and so focusing do my work, right, he come to me, Casey, I think I can offer you to be my mentee. So my brain is like, what's wrong with this fella? I want to do my work. What's wrong with you? What mentee mentor? I don't know this thing. I never even heard about mentorship until Jack brought it up, to be fair. So, and then he then mean, he only gave me 2 days to decide. So you imagine like me, I must do some, I'm from accounting background, I'm auditor. I need to trace. I need to stalk him. And then not enough time to stalk. So I really went to his Facebook, everything, scroll until 5 years ago. Okay lah, finally I just asked him one question, Jack. Why you need me? Oh, because I only attract men lor. I don't attract women one. And then what I did was I looked at him from the top to the toe and then back to the top. Yeah lor, I agree. So from that is actually how I actually agreed to be his mentee. It's because I am sort of his pattern interrupt to, when you think that I cannot get sales today and hey, this is my first sales, and then suddenly sales keep coming. So I'm his first female mentee and SHEROes is boom. So that was how it started. But what is so special working with him, right, is that this man, I thought I'm quite hardcore on myself. Apparently not enough. So he actually gave me first month of mentorship. He gave me a one impossible challenge when I need to travel to China for a work trip. I think back also very pen. So basically what happened is he challenged me on one topic that I'm really passionate about, which is leadership. Especially for females to talk about leadership is already hard in the first place. And then he said that, AKC, yeah, you're trilingual, right? Means you can speak English and then you can speak Mandarin, 中文, and you can speak Cantonese also, right? Since you're Malaysian, I'm like, yeah. So your challenge is this, your first task as a mentee is this. You have to create 30 topics about leadership in 30 days for 3 languages. And the video, minimum one video is 5 minutes. What the hell did I sign up for? Like that was the first thing I was thinking, what the hell did I say yes to? But despite, and I told him, hey, I need to go China for 1 week. Yeah, you do it. You just do it. So eventually what happened is actually I succeeded. I actually created 90 videos in 30 days, even though I have to travel to China. Each video is 5 to 7 minutes each.
Wow.
So I think really working with him put me another level. That's why I'm here today with a lot of trainings behind the scene. And I really love the part that, how we thought men like to direct us here and there. No, you don't drive like this. You have to put the steering first. You cannot turn like that. You have to turn. Yeah, he doesn't do that to me. He doesn't. He really doesn't. He just give me like, Casey, breathe. just one intention. It's all about them, not you. Okay, are you ready to go? Yeah, then he just let me to go on the stage, like exactly these 3 days. He didn't even talk to me much, except kacau me about my laptop. That's it. So I think with this is really very special, because first of all, I never like mentor. I think they're holding a stick and point me here and there. I really don't like. But I think what Jack showed me was mentorship can be different, and it definitely create results that I cannot achieve alone.
Good.
Just a bit behind the scene this afternoon. I'm not sure whether any one of you participants see the hookup, because we did something magic behind. I'm happy to reveal this to all of you. If you remember in the afternoon, Casey did the roll call.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And then asked you to do the light bulb, and she review all the comments. I actually gave her this assignment 5 minutes before she started. And how many of you find that she did a fantastic job?
Oh, yes.
You can type in the chat.
You can type in the chat. This is a 5-minute work. Like, she wasn't prepped at all, because we see something happen, we need to deal with it. And she did it with finesse. That 22 minutes of her work was brilliant. So I give a comment to her, well done. I just tell her, this is what I want you to do. You just execute it. I'm not sure whether you guys are aware, and that was a hookup in the afternoon. Thank you, Casey. I want to acknowledge you for your willingness to take up all this shitty, unreasonable challenge with a short snap of time. That you did it with finesse. Very elegant.
Awesome.
Thank you. Okay, so the last question, because this is a question for all the speakers, I did it all the time. Because it's not about me, it's not about Kenneth, it's not about the people behind the scene now, and it's focused to all of you. So the question, I would want to start with Casey first, okay? So what would be, let's think about it. Share with our participants here, share with our participants in this summit, like any words of encouragement that you can share with them. What is your encouragement? What is your word of encouragement? Start with Casey first.
Okay, so like just now what Kenneth mentioned, I've joined enough summits. I'm a host, I'm a trainer, and the problem about summit is that there's no after that. It's almost like a fairy tale book that's the end, happily and ever after. But we never know what is happily and ever after. So for this summit, I think really one message I want to pass to the ladies, or few probably, is that there are so many things we've learned from all the super babes, like what Hannah said, from the Panda, from Anne, from Trisha, from Ange, and all the wonderful ladies here. There's so many things we've learned. But if you learn and then you never use or implement, it's just gonna be thrown away. The 3 days is just a piece of rubbish. So I think the very first one is I must let you know that you have to continue to take action. Like how you show up these 3 days, continue to show up every day by applying new things that you've learned and implement. That's the very first one. Second thing is also like how you girls show up every day, learning, asking every speaker question. It's that your spirit of learning is amazing. So second thing is please continue learning. The knowledge never ends. So this is my second message. And the last one is actually this. These 3 days, I keep telling you to ask. It may sound easy right now because it's virtual. You can do it virtually. But in real life, after this 3 day ends, let me give you one main assignment. That is the most important one. Is you have to continue to ask for help. If you don't ask, nobody knows you need help. Nobody knows. The universe doesn't even know it. If you do not ask, say it out, ask for help. So one tips I'm going to give you with this assignment is actually you can ask a mentor, like what Jack, like whenever I screw up or F up, I just text Jack, can I book a session with you? And he said yes. So one quick tip you can ask help from is that seek for a mentor that can help you to fast track. For information, after his speaker training, in less than 2 months' time, I got on a TEDx stage.
Please don't say that because I was not even a TEDx speaker.
Yeah, okay, my
Shut
mentor
up.
didn't even get it. I got it. So that is where I can rub his. So seek a mentor that is comfortable to you, accept you as a whole, and really they really develop the best from you, and make sure they can fast track your results, because we're in pandemic. There's not much time left for us to find a new path. So yeah, that would be my final words for the ladies here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Casey.
So now go back to the Sheroes. I want to reverse the cycle. Start with Ange first. What would be your words of encouragement to our participants in this summit? Unmute yourself, Ange.
All right.
Yes.
So I would say, you've been here for 3 days. You've soaked up all of this knowledge, and it's been a fantastic learning journey. But don't let this be just another seminar or just another summit. Actually implement and take action. So pick something that's really resonated with you this weekend, something that's been your aha moment, right? And work out a way to actually implement and start to make that happen for yourself. Just take action, because as Casey said, if it's just knowledge and it's not implemented, it's no good to you. All right, we can store up as much knowledge as we like, but unless we put it into action, it doesn't mean anything. So, as I said in my talk, you've got to be an action taker to actually make a change in your life. If you're looking for that change, nothing is going to change if you don't take action. So I implore you, tomorrow, do the first thing when you wake up tomorrow, do one thing that's going to actually start you on the path to making that transition that you want to make.
Thank you. Take
Thank
action.
you, Ange.
Okay, Tricia, your turn. Unmute yourself.
Okay, so I think I said it in my last slide of the presentations. So I said it, for things to change, I must change first. So if all of us here are still doing the same thing all over again and expecting a different results, it's not going to happen. So if all of us taking actions just to see that changes, is not going to happen. We have to make ourselves there. So there's now no free lunch. There's not bed of roses waiting for us if after you attend the summit. It's about taking actions. Why we are here, ChangeMaker means we are the change. We are making things change, not for others, not for ourselves, it's for everyone. So please make the change. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Tricia.
you. Okay, then Elsa, your turn. Your word of encouragement.
Yeah. So we will not be ready. Like I always say, I'm not ready to do something, right? So in our life, we will not at the stage like saying, oh, I'm ready, then I'll do something. So you have to do something first, then you know whether you are there. So like I'm a perfectionist actually. So, the night before I present, I'm amending my slides. I'm still thinking what to give to the audience.
You still
I
ask me
slept at
one
4 o'clock.
question. You still ask me one question, right?
Correct. So I slept at 4 o'clock, frankly speaking. So I give myself too much pressure. So what my advice to all of you is, we cannot be perfect, So just do your best to give what you can, to deliver what you want to deliver, and you improve from there. Yeah. So that is my one advice to all of you.
Very powerful. Thank you.
Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you. Okay, Karina.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute. You all have the same pattern. Forget unmute yourself. Come on, unmute.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay, I guess for me, I think during my presentation, I did say that you have to make a decision, right? You can't be a victor or victim or a victor. You have to choose one. So even after this summit, you have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to get out of your situation, or you just want to be comfortable where you are. Okay, so remember that you are worth it. Remember, I said this. Let me show you again. Oops. Can you remember about wholeness?
Yep.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah,
can see wholeness. Start with H.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can see.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No worries.
Remember, okay, if you want to be walking in wholeness, you're in your worth, okay, you have to take action to do something. Okay, don't move in your wholeness of insecurity. You know what are the steps that you need to take. Okay, so remember how a diamond is formed, right? So there is a purpose for your pain. Okay, because all right, a pain is for you to really know what your true purpose is. Is your purpose or your passion is birthed through pain. All right. So remember, the diamonds. Oops, this side. You see, it's a bit shiny now. Okay, right. You are a diamond. Remember that you're a diamond, and a diamond, as I mentioned before, that it took a diamond being formed is through the deepest depth, 150 kilometers down the earth. Singapore is 50 kilometers. So you see, it's 3 times back and forth and to be erupted by a volcano. So they went through a lot of heat and pressure to become a diamond. Okay, and diamond is, the meaning is unconquerable and invincible. So you are a diamond, and let's go make your decision and walking in wholeness. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karina.
Awesome. Okay, Gina, your final word.
My final word. Okay, my final word, if some of you catch it right on my day one, I actually emphasize a lot about learning and growing. Yes, I think I share the same feeling with Casey just now when you start about learning and growing, because to me, right, no matter who we are, we need a coach or we need a mentor, okay, to continue to learn and grow and apply. Yes, application is very important. Just like what Casey said, if these 3 days, I tell myself I write down at least 3 things. So you see my notebook, I highlighted in green. I have 3 action to be taken after this summit. Yes, so I hope everybody has action to do, because like what Casey said, if we don't do anything right, then these 3 days, we are just going to waste our time. So the reason why I took up Shero is also because of learning and growing. Because for me, learning and growing is a must. I survived the adversity because I continue to learn and grow my mindset. Yes, so I will urge everybody, I learned from TF Ecker 10% of our income or the profit, okay, have to go into learning and growing. So this is what I want to educate also, in my best family forever, even for couple, learning and growing is a must. Yes, so this is what I feel like sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Gina.
So I trust everyone here have taken some very nice light bulb from our Sheroes and Casey. So Kenneth, my job is done. I'm not going to hide behind the scene, but please carry on.